Mr. C here again, another quick short tutorial on Photoshop animations. Again, these are for your benefit to rewind and pause them, do whatever you need to create your animations. So these are just a couple of techniques that I'm showing you. It should be pretty self-explanatory in the tutorials, but again, if you run into problems, view these and keep in mind that you want to use these on your website or use some form of them. So if you haven't already, let's start Photoshop and choose File, New. Again, we're going to use the title Glow. And again, all these directions are found in our tutorials on my website. Remember, we're going to keep them 200 pixels by 200 pixels, and we're going to change nothing in those resolution or color mode. And if your background color is not set to white, make sure you do that and then click OK. Alright, so the next step is to fill the background with a dark red, almost a brown colorish. So you can do that with the paint bucket tool, or you can choose the dark red color, whichever color you think's the darkest, and then you can go Control Delete, and that fills, Alt Delete fills that with the foreground color. Okay, Control Delete, fill it with the background color. Okay. Now we're going to use the text tool, and again we're going to use the text styles of Arial Black. So we're going to change the text from Times New Roman to Arial, change it from bold to black, and we want to change the size to 48, so I'm good there. And we want to change the color of the text to bright red, okay, or normal red. Okay. And we're just going to click inside the square, and we're going to type in capital letters Glow. So G-L-O-W. Alright, again, doesn't really matter where it appears. You're going to always move it, which I'm going to do because it's off the screen, and try to center it as close as possible in the window. Okay, so now we have the word glow. And the next thing we want to do is we want to apply a glow around the word glow. Now there's a couple different ways you can do it. One of the ways is go up to the letter menu, make sure that the layer glow is selected. Go up to the layer menu and choose layer style, and then choose outer glow. That's going to bring up the layer styles dialog box. You can see there's several different styles you can apply. In our case, we want the outer glow. We're going to leave everything blank until you get down to the size of the glow. So in this case, we want to change it to 4 and choose OK. So you can see it applied a glow there. And then we're going to make 3 more layer copies. So all we're going to do is go Control J, Control sure the layer is selected, Control J, and then Control J, Control J. So a total of four layers that have the word glow on it. Alright, so the next step is to reset the size of the glow. So our first one was set at 4. Our second one is going to be set at 8. So another way to get to that glow menu is to double click on the outer glow underneath effects, and that's going to bring that right up, and you see it's set at 4, and we're going to change that to 8 and choose OK. And we just want to repeat that process for the next 2. The size is going to be 12 for the third one, and the last one, the size is going to be 16. So we increase the size of the glow with each new layer. Okay. So now again, we're ready for the animation. We have the option here of create frame animations. So if you don't see your timeline in the bottom of your window, you can always go up to the window menu and choose timeline from that. And remember, you always have two options. Once we start creating these frame animations, the frame animation will be the default drop down. But if it's not, and it's on create video timeline, you don't want that. You want create frame animations. And then once it's selected, all you have to do is create. And there you can see that we have that frame. Let's make that a little bit bigger. You can see that the frame is selected and every layer is turned on in that frame. Okay, and now we're ready to make frames from layers here. So in that palette, tool palette, which has the timeline, there's that drop down menu here. And we're going to choose make frames from layers there. And that's going to create our new 4 new layers. Okay. And one of the things that happened here is that, yeah, it created the new layers, but it didn't turn all the layers on that I wanted. It created a frame for each layer. So I'm thinking there's got to be a better way to do that. So I'm going to go Control-Alt-Z. Go back to that, and let's see what we can do here. Create a new layer for each new frame. I don't want to do that. Flatten frames into layer. What's that do? Nope. Don't want to do that. So let's back that up. Looks like that turned every layer off. So now we're back to turning off each layer. And we want to create that layer. Let's see if there's something, a good option for the timeline. New layer visible in all frames. Turn that off, see what that does, and then choose make frames for layers. Now, oh well. So I guess one thing I want to do is turn the background on each of those layers. So I'm just going to click on each frame and click on the background. So not too difficult when you're only dealing with 4 or 5 frames. I guess it'd be more of a pain if it's more frames, but that's okay. Alright, so we actually don't need that blank frame, so I'm going to delete that. So there you can see we're going to just steadily increase our glow effect. Okay. We're going to set the timings to 0.02, so I want to select all those and choose 0.0 or 0.2. Okay, we're going to have this play forever. And choose the play button, see what we get here. So you can see it increases the glow. It's kind of a flashing effect, so that's pretty good. Again, you can always play with these effects and suit them to your needs, but we'll stop it there. So we're going to choose File, Save it as glow. Remember, we're saving it as a Photoshop file, and we're also saving it as a GIF, so it'll fit on your web page. So again, GIF 128 dithered, and then choose Save. And again, it's already named for us because we named it when we first started, and we don't have to do anything else. So there was a quick lesson on the filter using Layer Styles Glow. And again, if you need any help, be sure to ask me or view these videos, pause them, rewind them, whatever you need to do to help you create these. So this is Mr. C signing off.